Hello and welcome to another gameplay. Today we are playing Avacyn's Glory, the mono-white humans deck. It's definitely one of the more powerful decks in the game, so let's see here. We didn't get the turn 1 champion of the parish, but Mikaeus with all these tokens should be good enough. So I also wouldn't mind drawing like an Honor of the Pure, and looks like our opponent is playing the Illusions deck, so we'll have two good decks facing each other, which should make for an interesting game. I'm not gonna cast Mikaeus for Axis 0, because otherwise he'll just die. So hopefully this isn't a turn 2 flyer, instead it's the Lord of the Unreal. Not sure which is worse. Taking 3 here, and then gonna probably lead with a Gather the Townsfolk. So we dissuade our opponent from attacking with the Lord. And then next turn we can cast a Knight, get a land. At some point I'd like to use Mikaeus as well. But let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna play Mikaeus next turn if our opponent plays a third land, I think. Saving the 2 damage from the Lord attack seems relevant. If our opponent does attack with the Lord, then that means he probably has a Unsummon or a Frost Breath. But there we go, he assembled the combo. So all our removal spells will be pretty worthless. And that's a very aggressive start. So I'll be taking 4 here. Unfortunately, we don't have any sweeper effects, so let's lead with the Knight, getting us an untapped land so we can play another 2-drop. The first strike is gonna be relevant, as I'm gonna play another first striker here, so we can start blocking the 4 powered creatures, and hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Unsummon, because if he does, then these blocks aren't gonna work out the way we want it to. Alright, and any attacks? No. So our opponent choosing to stay conservative. I can appreciate that. So now we have some choices. We could play Mantra of the Meek, so next turn we can play Gather and draw 2 cards. We can play Mikaeus to start pumping the team. Or we can just slam Geist-Honored Monk, so we have some flyers that are able to block. We'll have a pretty big creature on the field. But if I do play Mikaeus, I could also play Mantra of the Meek, and if I play Mantra of the Meek I can also play Gather. So I think I wanna play Mantra of the Meek this turn for sure, and I think I'm gonna follow it up with Mikaeus because I do want to draw some cards, and this seems good. So I'll be taking 4 in the air for sure, and depending on what the opponent does, we might be taking even more. There's another flyer. So we are taking 4 down to 9, so we're not on a 2-turn clock quite yet, but it's gonna be pretty close. And there's an Honor of the Pure, that's relevant. So let's see here. The fact that we can play Honor of the Pure and then still pump our team with Mikaeus by removing a counter seems pretty sweet. And then we could still play Gather and draw some cards. So let's... How relevant is it? Because we need the flying blockers for the flyers, but playing it this turn or next turn, I mean, they're gonna jump anyway. So I would rather build up some ground force and maybe start attacking. So I think what I'm gonna do here is play Gather, draw a card, see if that card is relevant. So our opponent might have... that's interesting. Twincast. He's gonna make 2 tokens himself. Yes. I will not draw a card. So our opponent has 7 creatures. We have enough ground blockers. So I'm gonna attack with this guy. Alright. So if he blocked with a 4/4, we could have activated Mikaeus. There's another bear. So this is gonna be interesting, because these Geist-Honored Monks will allow us to make multiple blockers for the flyers. And down to 1. And let's, I think, put a counter on it, and then next turn remove 1. Alright, so let's play our monk. And I think we're back in it here. So let's attack with these guys. Yeah, seems decent. And let's activate Mikaeus. So our flyers get bigger. And now our flyers are able to trade with our opponents, so unless he draws an unsummon or a frost breath of some kind. Yep, it's just a land, so let's block here and block there. Sweet, so no more flying threat. And guess what? We still have another Geist-Honored Monk. So, is there a reason to play out something else first? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, so I'm gonna start applying more pressure. And our opponent left, so that's gotta be a good sign. Can I afford to attack with another creature? I think so. Let's see, 3, 5, 7. I think one more. And activate Mikaeus if the AI figures it out. Well, what's this other guy? It's also a bear. Alright. And yeah. So I think we'll manage to win this game eventually. Unless something very strange happens. And let's attack for the win. So yeah, we managed to beat the Illusions deck with a very strong opening. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.